Well, today on Nation Window Cleaners Podcast, we're talking all about making ads that actually don't suck. I mean, if you've done ads before, you know that it can be tricky. You've probably tried them. They probably didn't yield very well. We're going to talk about it. Let's get your ads up and running, make a ton of money. So if you're a window cleaner or thinking about getting into window cleaning, stay tuned. WCR Nation. What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com, and you are here. Yes, I am sick, so got to tolerate the sultry late-night DJ voice. But you're here. I appreciate you guys being here. If it's first time here, have a look around. Tons of content to follow up on. We've been doing this almost 10 years. We're in the 10th year. Hours, hundreds of hours of content to go back on. Go back, listen, follow anywhere you can find podcasts. If it's not your first time here, what's up? Thanks for coming back. Appreciate it. But I got an interesting one today, just because I see this all the time from people who say, yeah, anybody know what they could do for ads? I put ads up and just didn't do anything. As opposed to like, hey, I put ads up, my ads were garbage, and I didn't get anything. And it's a very weird thing because you go, well, I like it. No, it was a good ad. You think it was a good ad. You're not even your target audience. It didn't yield anything, so obviously it wasn't a good ad. And that's okay. We're all not like professional, advertisers. And even if you went to school for like advertising or marketing or something, you still don't have to hit everyone out of the park. There's a lot of things that go to it. There's a lot of things to build up an ad, and that's what we're going to talk about. Literally, by the time this is done, you're going to be able to make an ad that will actually perform. You'll have incredible sales if you follow kind of the steps. At least get your brain there. I'm just a dummy. I'm not here to tell you, do it this way. But I'm telling you in ads, there is a science to psychology. 1,000% a science to psychology. And that all comes down into ads. Ads are all psychology. The worst thing that people do is they think an ad actually sells something. It's not called a sell. It's called an advertisement. It's advertising. It's talking about a thing. People think that what they need to do is give you all the information in a quick ad with a phone number and everything that you call right there that you're going to buck because you're going to be so sold by reading it that you're going to call. And it's not at all, absolutely at all, what happens. An ad is meant to create intrigue. It's made to create more information needed to be interested in something. That's generally what an ad is. Why does it work? Why does an ad actually work? Or what do you do to actually make it work? Generally, in every single time, I'll explain kind of the process in an ad. A lot of times you see these guys, they'll go out there and they'll create an AI ad, which looks like every other AI ad, and it will have 300,000 things in filler words. And they think that the customer is reading all of that. And they're going to get all the information they need, and at the end they go, this is a great deal, let's do it. It's not it at all. That's not how you buy. It's just not. So why do you think that that's going to work? It doesn't work. And then you go, well, yeah, Facebook ads don't work. No, your Facebook ads don't work. Right? So why does an ad work? Like, why does one ad work and one ad doesn't work? Because an ad that gets you interested, gets you thinking about it, and then you go, man, this is a great deal. And then you buy. But you can't put all of that into an ad. These guys that put these ads out there and it's just like a book of filler. We're the ones that make your windows sparkle. You don't need that. No one's reading that. You think everybody's going to sit there and take the time that you took to read your ad? They're not. This is why the simplest ads always get the best conversions. They get the best everything. Because you could do a simple ad that gets people interested. They then go and find out more information to sell themselves. And once you're convinced of a decision, it's a great decision because you're there. If it wasn't, you wouldn't make the decision, right? It's literally the reason why you think your ad is amazing in the beginning, because you made it. An ad works by doing that. You're realistically talking to an individual. Ads that do not work. You have advertisers, by the way, lawn signs. These guys that put all this information in there and list 30 services. Guess what? They don't work. I don't like yard signs anyway, but that's really not going to work. You get a truck wrap. You put all your services listed on it. No one's reading that. No one's taking the time, 2 or 3 minutes, to walk around your truck to read everything that's on there. No one has ever done that. They're goldfish. Got the brains of goldfish, man. The biggest thing you need to do, though, to start an ad, to start creating something, is figure out one thing. One thing will cover all of this ad. So here's the other thing. Let me jump off real quick and kind of deviate a little bit. An ad itself is going to be a set of ads, right? It's going to be talking to one person. You may be wanting to advertise pressure washing. You may want to be advertise gutter cleaning. You may be wanting to advertise Christmas lights. You do not put them all in the same ad, because those are different people you're talking to, and now you're becoming a jack of all trades, a master of none. You're not getting any result. You think in your head, oh, if I put all these services, then one of the people, everybody, then this talks to everybody. No one's reading to like the 5th item and going, oh, that's the thing I want. Right? So understand who you are talking to. When we talk about our avatar, that's like, okay, what is our absolute perfect, most common customer, right? They're female. They are usually a parent. They are maybe a stay-at-home mom in your area, maybe not. Maybe this person has a dog. Maybe this person has a cat. Maybe this person has a fancy car or not a fancy car. Maybe you're in an ocean town and they got a boat, right? What does the avatar look like? Now, when you figure out what they look like, your main customer, not every customer, obviously, your main customer, now you say, okay, this is who I'm talking to. How do I make an ad? Not for me, because I'm not my target audience. Not for you, you're not your target audience. But how do I make an ad and talk to that person, the avatar? How do I talk to that person about the things that I have, and how do I make that person interested? How? It's a very, very interesting idea. Because, and I've said this a lot, and I'll say it again because I love my analogies, but if you speak Spanish, I can't tell you this. I can't talk in English, right? I can't tell you the greatest thing ever. Oh, if you buy right now, it's $1. You can. But if you can't understand me, you speak a different language, we're not communicating. I have to know what language you speak in order for me to communicate with you. It's about you, the customer, not me, the person making the ad. And that is the biggest piece of the puzzle that people miss. Generally, they're creating an ad for themselves. This is those ones where they're like, we use state-of-the-art. No one cares. You and I care. Well, they want to make sure you have good stuff. They assume you have good stuff because you're a professional company. The better your ad is, the better your gear is, the better your care is, the better your blah, blah, blah. That all comes with, building that out. But you need to know who you're talking to. Because who you're talking to is how you talk to them. When you put it out that way, and this is who my avatar is, maybe my ad has a picture of a boat in the background, or people sitting on a boat eating, or whatever. And you're like, well, that doesn't make sense for my area. Of course it doesn't. Because I said, think of your customer. What is your customer like? What do they do? What are their hobbies? Are they book readers? Well, I don't know. Well, you do know to some degree. I'm not talking about every customer you've ever had, but your most common customer. The easiest one to work with. The easiest one to close. What does that customer do? Say? Maybe there's something that's bigger or more important in your area. Where you're like, oh, this is people really, all of them really want to go to this festival or fair or whatever. And that's my customer. Almost all my customers come from people who go to this, fair. Use that then as your advertising. Talk to the person. Don't talk to people. The worst thing you can do is talk to people and not a person. And I'll give you the exact same thing. If I send you a text right now and I'm like, hey, for the first 50 customers that reach out to us, we'll give you $1 discount, whatever that is, right? We're just reaching out to all of our customers to see if there's something we can do for you. Just let us know. Your brain goes, okay, that's an ad. But if I send you a text, you'll be like, hey, Johnny, or whatever. Or I just say, hey, we didn't have you on the schedule. I'm wondering if you wanted to get on there. Right? I'm saying you. I'm not saying you all or people or groups or anything. You. You're going to respond. Even if it's a no, you're going to be like, oh, that message was for me. Communication is direct like that. In advertising, it's the same thing. I'm talking to one person. Even if that one person is 60% of the population or whatever. I'm talking to you, not a bunch of people. Anyone that calls in the next 5 minutes saves fun. Anyone. Okay, now that's a bunch of people. You're talking to everybody. Same thing. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Put it out there, right? And there's three things that an ad does in this order. It creates this from nothing. A, it stops you from scrolling. Now, scrolling in general, obviously, this is if you're doing social or digital media. Could be a newspaper. Don't advertise in the newspaper. Whatever the ad is. If you're driving past a billboard, don't do a billboard. You're driving past a billboard, you have to stop and look, right? So stop scrolling, no matter what kind of media it is. You got to stop scrolling. You have to read it. You have to actually see what it is, right? It has to connect with you and make you interested. Those are the three things that an ad does. An ad does not sell you. It does not sell the customer. It does not close a deal. It does not do any of that stuff. It breaks the noise. So you stop all the what? Oh. You read it. You go, all right. Actually, you know what? That might be kind of cool to get my windows clean. I'm interested. Now I go to the next step. I'm like, oh, let me just click that, check out their website real quick. The website's now selling them. Like, oh man, these guys are cool. Yeah. Look at all this. Really, Then you're getting them. You're getting them interested. It is almost impossible to get somebody from an ad directly. Let me explain that. If you read an ad and it says window cleaning for whatever, window cleaning special $249. It communicates everything. The only time that I'm going to call you and be like, yes, oh, that's great, let's do, was I was already looking and I'm already convinced I need that right that second. That is such a small percentage of a percentage of people. What we need them to do is think about it. Oh, man, and then in their head, they're thinking whatever they're thinking about. Man, that would be nice. Hey, you know what? We had those people coming in. I didn't even think about the windows. Oh, I got them to look. Because you've heard the stats that you see like 10,000 ads a day. Already, when you're listening to this, you've seen dozens, if not hundreds of ads. If you drove to your first job or your office or anything, you saw ads. You got signs outside of restaurants, you got billboards, you got other vehicles driving around, you got signs in the lawn, you have everything you passed. You didn't see any of it. Why? Because it's the same thing. Free shipping. Oh, cool. Okay, everybody offers free shipping. Orders over $49 shipped for 1 penny. 1 penny? Oh, all right. No matter what. So, like, now I'm thinking about it because it broke the noise. Now, by the way, I know the irony that we do free shipping at WCR. I have tried to do that, but just hasn't come to fruition to change that to something. But anyway, you get the idea, right? We're creating a stop, read, and then be intrigued on it. And this is why when you see things called clickbait is a dirty term, but it's doing the trick. This is why the picture you post is so important. I see people post pictures and they're like, oh, you just took the first picture, you put it up there. Like, I can't even tell what you're really doing. Are you cleaning windows? Maybe you know that, but a customer didn't stop to see that. And just because you stopped and you're doing windows, what is making people notice that picture? What makes people notice that? Like, how are you breaking the noise? Like, if somebody's interested in window cleaning, otherwise they don't care, right? A lot of window cleaning companies put pictures and posts and all this other stuff out, and they look like window replacement companies. You're not even targeting the right person. If you just got a picture of a clean window, how in the heck am I supposed to know that you and your guys were the ones that did it? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to stop and see that. But yet you see this on ads every single day from companies that are failing. And they're okay with this mediocre rate. But you are going to know who you're talking to create an ad to them, get them to stop and look at it, then also get interested and find out more information to sell themselves. Right? I got to stop real quick and do a shameless plug. Because that's what I do. Hang with me. Every week somebody gets worn down by the shameless plug. But I'm a rep from windowcleaner.com, and guess what? I make money by placing orders. And you're a window cleaner who orders things. And if you're like most of the population of window cleaners, you order from us. Thank you. But I also put orders in. That's my job. All you have to do is text me, 862-312-2026. Be like, yo, Jersey, everything's in my cart. That's it. I can do the rest. Ask you some questions. We'll get it done. I'll make sure you get your free gifts. I'll make sure you get your free shipping. I'll make sure any sales and discounts are on there. I'll do all of that. Plus, you kind of help me out. And, hey, we help each other out, right? The hand that washes the other hand. By the way, also, if you're watching the video, there's counters behind me over my head for my Facebook page privately, for my WCR Nation, and also WCR Nation TikTok. I really do want to start doing more media, but we'll get to that. Also, get the magazine, awcmag.com. $69. It's the greatest magazine that has ever existed. It just happens to be for window cleaning. That's a big, bold claim, right? Go get that subscription. It's 12 months of a real magazine, not the PDF crap. Real magazine to your door, plus you get the sticker sheet in every issue. So go do that. 20% off Jobber, the greatest CRM on the planet, plus 15% off print. All that's down below in anything you're looking at. The comments should be there, and it should be giving you the discount codes. So anyway, get back to it. So you know who, right? You know why ads work and what you're trying to accomplish. Now I'm telling you, you're going to look at all these guys that post their ads up there, and you're like, oh, you missed it. You missed it. You missed it. Even if somebody's ad is not what I'm talking about, and they're like, yeah, we made back 3 times our money. If you would have done it right, you would have made back 30 times your money. Ads themselves are psychology, and psychology is very close to fact. Very close to fact. And I'm going to give you a quick synopsis. Maybe that's the wrong word, but it's not a fancy. I'm going to give you a quick scenario. I'm going to list the things I'm good at. Okay? Just hear me out. Hear me out. Window cleaning. Interior and exterior window cleaning. Chandelier cleaning. Pressure washing. Gutter cleaning. Roof cleaning. Commercial. Route window cleaning. And whatever. I lost you already. You're hearing this stuff. And that last item that was on there, what was it? What did I say? What was the last one? Not one of you can tell me the last thing I said. Why? Because in a list like that, your brain starts the first thing, goes, this is what they're mainly focused on, and all the other things they're not. I listed off weird things. You maybe remember chandelier cleaning because it was at the top of the list, but you cannot remember the bottom item, the bottom 2 items. If I list off 10 services, no one, A, reads all of them. And goes, oh, they do this, and this. That's what I need. Because it's so far down the list, they think that you do all those other things before this, you're not going to be good at it anyway. And no one is going to want to find somebody that does everything poorly, right? So why put it on your ad? As soon as you have multiple services, it does not contact multiple people or get multiple people interested. It loses the potential people you did. If I put an ad and say, window cleaning, we are whatever city's best window cleaning company, whatever. Well, you think, oh man, everything they do is window cleaning. They do window cleaning. Window cleaning is their window cleaning is window cleaning. I didn't make you second guess anything. If I name a bunch of services, I do, right? So you got to get somebody to stop, to read it, be interested in the idea, to then figure it out. And your website could have other services. Your upsell will come. People typically will hire you for one service, but yet they need other services. Most people are not going to call you and have you do multiple different services at one time. They'll start with one. You may be able to upsell in multiples, right? Understand that is the psychology, not just how people think, right? I guess it is how people think, but not how people think about you and your stuff. The psychology of selling is you're finding a service, a thing, a chore, a blah, 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 and it's off their thing. You're then upselling. That's what upselling is like, you almost selling after the fact. And the biggest thing you're going to screw up, maybe not you, probably you could do is better. I bet you almost 100% of you is split testing. This is the hardest part. This is why it's so frustrating to see people who go, hey, I tried to run an ad and it didn't work. You just created a thing and you put it up there. You slapped it up and went, all right, let's see all the people. No calls yet. All right. Have you ever gone fishing where you get your boat, you drive out to the spot and you throw that lure out and you sit there for 8 hours. Then you reel it in and go home because nothing was biting? Not at all. Not at all. So why in the heck, when you're trying to communicate, did you think, because this is all subliminal, we're not really like putting this out there, but you thought you, the non-ad guy, who was talking to themselves, because you didn't consult anybody else, that's what split testing does, created an ad that was so absolutely insanely magical that you just slapped it out there and the whole world fell at your knees. Obviously, that's a little bit exaggerated, but that is what people do with ads. They create something and no, doesn't work. No, your ad sucked. No, it didn't. No one called and you got no work from it. So yes, it did. Every ad ever could be better. That's what split testing is. Split testing is putting it out there and going, okay, ad number 1 is this ad with a red background. Ad number 2 is the same ad with a blue background. I changed it to blue. Did I get more calls or less calls? Less calls, go back to red. Change the font. More calls, more. Okay, keep that font. Now change the text. More or less? No, less. Go back to the same text. Right? Split testing is how this takes so stinking long. When you talk to these guys who have done it right, there's always room for improvement. There are guys that do it right. They're getting 15 calls a day on ads. One ad, 15 calls a day. And you're going, yeah, I don't think so. Where you're going, not in my area. The cliche, whatever. Okay, sure. The bigger the area, the more people you can communicate with. But in every city on the planet, advertising works. It's psychology. Psychology. It's not just a guess, or I don't know if it works. It works for everybody. It works for everybody. You have to do it the right way, right? You have to put it out there. You have to do it the right way so that it actually connects with people and actually gets everything down. Then you have to split test it, because guess what? I don't know what is perfect. I know the concept, but I don't know what my customers at this exact moment, in this exact economy, in this exact season are wanting. They're going to tell me that. This is the reason why one day you'll get 2 phone calls and the next day you'll get 12 phone calls. And you're like, all those people didn't talk to each other, but they all called at the same time. Something was working. The customer knew. We need to split test it to see what the heck actually works and what doesn't work. And then you take that ad once it's great, which takes 6 months to do an ad. This is the reason that people are still out there trying to door knock, thinking this is going to be some kind of great thing. It absolutely is not. It's, if you're working through the summer and you're trying to make some money, cool, door knock. Like, you have a job, you don't have a business. You're creating a business, you got to do ads. You're going to have to do ads. Well, no, I have word of mouth is pretty... Okay, fine. Word of mouth is great, but if you don't want more incoming work than you have, then you don't need ads. I don't need... Well, you would grow 100 times faster if you had ads. If you don't want that, fine. But don't say that that's not something that works for you because you're doing whatever. If you're not going to do ads, don't do ads. You don't have to do ads. Ads are to grow faster. If you want to grow faster, you do ads. But then what happens is once an ad is built, again, months later, because you're testing this thing and testing this thing, is getting good, and you're in different seasons. Oh my gosh, this is great. You can take that ad and then build things all around it. I've said the one before, and we had this thing we called, called the gutter squirrel. It was for gutter cleaning. That ad, as soon as I put it out there, it was the highest returning ad of anything we've ever done. And I'm talking, it's a gutter cleaning ad with a gutter squirrel, and I'm selling window cleaning off of it. It's insane. It's insane. It was so good. It took probably into 2 seasons for that. Probably a full, probably preseason plus season. Like, it took a lot of split testing to figure it out. But then what we did from that is we made emails off of that. We made postcards off of that. We made different ads off of that, different platforms. All of the ads were the same in whatever format and difference that they were. Now you're touching everything, and every ad goes up because people have seen it then before. That is the way to do it. You create something, right? You understand the psychology of why it works. It's not just like, put up the things. I do window cleaning, and somebody goes, oh yeah, I'll have window cleaning. That's not ads. That's not how advertising works. You're not talking to somebody. They have to read. If you think somebody is taking your ad and reading all of the things in the ad, you're lying to yourself. This is why small print or fine print exists, because no one is reading that. Well, of course not. No one is reading. It's lots of text. The best thing you do is stop somebody's thing with an amazing picture. And it doesn't even have to be doing what you're doing. It could be hilarious. The funniest things ever are the ones that really, like, there is no such thing as a gutter squirrel that ferociously defends its gutters that it lives in, which squirrels don't even live in gutters. But guess what? It works. The picture could be a dog licking the window and saying, job security. Or, do you like my new puppy? I'm going to call him job security. People go, oh, look at that dog licking the window. They stopped. You did the thing. Clickbait works that way when you say, top 3 celebrities who have murdered their partners. And you're like, what? Well, who is 3? Like, everyone knows number 3. You're like, what? You click because you're curious, you click. Then you get in there and you find out it's all crap. That's clickbait. That's why clickbait's a dirty word. Same thing like sales. Sales is great. Sales is you explaining a product to somebody so that they understand it and they want to buy it because it's the perfect situation for them. But then you get dirty salesmen out there that push you into stuff, and then you feel bad, and then that's why sales is a bad thing, right? The same concepts are all there, and it's still psychology. It's how people work. You just have to do it right. Why do pickup lines work? Before you say they don't work, I'm not saying super cheesy ones where you're like, hey, did that fall? Or did that hurt? Falling from heaven like that? And the woman goes, oh, no, I'm in love with you. Let's get married. No. What it does is it breaks the noise. It gets them to pay attention. The rest of the stuff you say from there is then the point. Right? Break the noise. Have them read. Get them interested. That's the idea of an ad. And so many people are creating bad ads. They put something out there and they go, man, this is great. I made it. And you're like, oh, gosh. Okay, yeah, no. I really think that picture of your guy, zoomed in cleaning some window on a mansion in Comic Sans is really going to do really well tonight. It's just not, right? So anyway, that's making an ad. It's actually making an ad work. Ads in its essence, in main form, are easy. The concepts of the psychology of things are easy. It's the everything that goes in the nuances of the actual easy fact that make it a little bit tricky. So anyway, I'm a rep for windowcleaner.com, and here's my shameless plug number 2. I want money. I need money, man. I gotta afford things. And yeah, I like to put orders in, and I get credit, and it costs you nothing extra. So literally, for you to put it on the website or for you to text me, it's the exact same price for you. And then you got somebody awesome. Plus, I smile. Yeah. Anytime I put an order, I'm like, yeah, this guy is awesome.